You'll probably think what I'm about to say is weird. Go on. Yesterday, I told you about how I was jealous that you and Mayuri-san are so close. How I kept comparing myself to her. I think that feeling that was just simple jealousy. Like the feeling of seeing someone else playing with my favourite doll. Well, not to find out my close friend had someone else they were even closer to her either. I'm sure everyone feels that way. Sister Rika's probably cannot stand her own pettiness. Go on. Go on, try and lighten the burden. Jealousy is not a sin. If you get jealous, it just means you like a person, right? It hurts because you feel deeply for that person, so... Yeah, it does hurt. It hurts when I think of you, Suoh-san. Rika-san. Want to see you two getting so close, like in the ballet room. She'd pretend it didn't faze her, but apparently it did. Mayuri-san. When I fell to the ground with her on top of me. That was an accident. That's not what it looked like to me. Don't tell me it was just an accident. I see how serious she is and I'm at a loss for what to do. We are to remain Amitiė partners, if change is not always a good thing. Well, if an accident of a classroom made you feel that, well, put Mayuri-san ahead of you. My lips tremble with nerves. Maybe we could try the same thing? Her answer is silence. Even though I immediately regret those stupid words, I can't take them back. I'm struggling to find the words to say next when... Don't. Don't make fun of me. Not when it took so much courage for me to come here and confess to you. What? I stand there dumbfounded for a long moment, staring at Rika, whose scarlet blush is visible even through the darkness. She looks as though she's about to burst into tears at any moment. Her body's trembling and her hands are balled into fists. This is... a confession. Meaning... You're kidding, right? I've only string together the words. So long the uptake as usual, I choose the worst possible response. I'm not sure what a person I would call my Amitiė partner in the middle of the night for a prank. She glares at me with desperation in her eyes. I think harder than I've ever thought in my life. I search for some way, however makeshift, to preserve my relationship with her, with them. I consider the changes surrounding me when I felt accepted, and the connection with my Amitiė partner when they were not accepted. I feel sickened at how horrible a woman I am for having these self-interested thoughts. What should I do? Rika-san. I have no intention of going out with anyone. Even Mayuri. I hesitated a bit at her name, but I answered in the affirmative. A cold silence passes between us until she lets out a small sigh, as though moving on from something. I understand your feelings, Suoh-san. I'm sorry, Rika-san. No, I'm the one who should apologise. Her smile is infinitely kind, which makes it so terrifying. I mean, I have to tell you something you probably won't want to hear. I gaze into Rika's eyes, a smile doesn't leave her face. She begins to tell me what she witnessed last night. I thought you might be able to guess on the location I've chosen. In the library late at night. The answer this leads me to. My conversation with Mayuri-san. Yes. I happened to overhear it. It was quite an interesting story, no. Perhaps a tragic one. I never thought Mayuri-san was a... Stop. I cut her off, sharpening my voice from a discriminatory word she was about to use. I don't want to say such horrible words either. You know what you have to do, don't you, Suoh-san? I turned to look out the window just as she had, as if to turn my eyes away from reality. The moon, broken up by square panes of glass, shines blue and cold. She repeats her question, words colder than the moon. And I have no choice but to say yes. There's another boy, Natsume Soeki, called the Miner. A 19-year-old youth has become entangled in the Earth Triangle and leaves home when it becomes unbearable. He wanders aimlessly until he meets a swindler who takes him to a mine. In the mining town, he meets many different people and works for 5 months in a restaurant there. It ends abruptly with him returning home. The detailed descriptions of the mining town and the mine itself make for an interesting story, but the 90-year-old's lack of growth for me was a source of both fear and relief. The place where he lives, where he lives changes. His work changes. He meets people and experiences hardship. Yet a young man's spirit is the same as it was at the beginning, and remains unchanged. I cannot change. Could I change through encounter with her? Belle Nuit, Valse Sentimentale. Chapter 7. It's the first tea party in a while. Everyone's excited, with everyone's time and energy being devoted to the upcoming Feast of the Assumption. A moment to chat and eat some tasty treats is just what we need. The colourful desserts and plates of food before our eyes are enhanced by the scent of tea. The classmates who have gathered during this busy time look up to the host, who has stood up to make an opening speech. She strikes a teacup to get attention. "Before we start the tea party," she says, slowly turning her head, looking around the seated audience as she speaks. It's standard for her to make a few announcements at the start of a tea party, and everyone listens in silence. So finally I have a personal announcement. Our classmates look on questioningly at this conclusion, which is so different than usual, but Rika's smiling impression remains unchanged. Suoh-san and I are now in a relationship. That's news to me. After a moment of silence, cheers and hoots come. Then my classmate stares piercingly with a relentless curiosity. My friends are the Sasaki twins, the astonished faces of Erika Yagaki. After all, gaze on my other Amitiė partner, filled with a quiet anger. The announcement of our relationship seems less strange than I would have thought. Rika reacts to Ichigo's jeering by saying some words that would make a person blush. Ringo says some sharp words to avenge her fallen sister, but it's too is parried. Perhaps this is normal at a girls' school. Mayuri is struggling with her homosexuality. I only agreed to go out with Rika because she threatened to expose Mayuri. But if this is reaction, even if she were found out. Also, I think for a few moments, but when I look at the atmosphere of a tea party and my classmates' attitude, and I get a feeling that this is different. The announcement of our relationship is not in reality about a sexual or physical one. Just about we have strengthened our friendship and we are now close friends. No, it's more about a deeper spiritual relationship. It's like announcing we're best friends. I feel the weight of Rika's announcement of our relationship is different altogether from that which is troubling Mayuri. The people around us have accepted it more readily than unexpected. It's almost a letdown. Most of all. So, have you kissed yet? The joke is too direct for me to be able to laugh at it. Sipping tea and making her mean cat eyes, she asked me from where she's been watching the tea party, from a little ways away. I guess she's come over to tease me.
それとも
Have
も
you
う
already done the deed?
あっちの方も
Based
す
on
で
your
に済まし
personalities,
て
you
ると
play
か
the masculine role, I presume.
性格からするとお前の方が男役か？昨日の今日でそんな
How
こ
are
と
you
を
in
してい
a
るわ
time
けない
between
でし
yesterday
ょ？
and now?
へえ
Huh.
告白を
So
さ
she
れたの
confessed her
は
love
昨
to
日
you
なの
yesterday?
か？
The fact you
保
decided
留
so
しないで
fast is
即
pretty
決で
manly
返事す
too.
るなんて男前だな。
Realising his jokes were a way of extracting information from me, I hung my head with a sigh.
冗談はともか
All
く
jokes aside, I'm surprised.
意外だったな。
I would have thought you'd
私と
choose
して
your other
は
amity partner
付き
over
合
the
うに
class
しても
president.
委員長よりもう片方の
In all
相
honesty, I
手を
would
選
have
ぶも
done.
のだと思っていた
Rika's
よ。
too conniving for me. Me, Yuri. There's no sign at the tea party. She's already left, and that tells me how she really feels about this.
で、
So what's the
本
truth?
当のところはどう
Are you
な
guys
の？
really dating, like the class president said? I can't exactly lie, because I have agreed to date her. I see her talking pleasantly with Sasaki's.
そうよ。
That's right. I answer her.
へえ。
Ah, so it's
そ
really
れじゃ
neutral.
本当に両
I
思
guess it's
い
part
っ
and
てこ
parcel
と
of attending an
か。
all-girls school.
ま、耳に入る
According
噂
to the
話
rumours
な
I've
ら
heard, it's not that unusual for
女
girls to
同
get
士っ
together.
てのもそれほどキーな話じゃないそうだしな。
Oh really? I ask, and she nods.
閉鎖的な状況
Probably
だ
because
から
they're so
か。
isolated.
女学
I
院
don't know if
特
it's
有
common
のも
amongst
の
all
だか
girls
知らない
schools,
が
but the percentage
割
here is
合
rather
多いら
high.
しい。宗教的にも
I
学
guess
院
in terms of
的
the
に
academy
も
and religion,
男
it's
と
better
し
than
てくれ
falling
よ
around
り
with a
はいい
boy.
んじゃないか。
Oh,
そういえば1年前
speaking of
は
which,
あの美人な副会長と会長も一時
there was a rumour
噂にな
years
った
ago
らし
about a
い。
beautiful vice president of a
それく
president
らい
of
は
a council
浸
in
透してい
Nikaya.
るんだろうな。
That's how far it infiltrated.
コミカド先輩と別人
Kamikado senpai and Yatsuhiro senpai. The two make a stunning pair visually, but
性格的に
it seems impossible considering their personalities. Having talked to the two of them together, their relationship seems pure friendship to me. Friendship.
リカさんと私は
Rika-san and I. Thinking about the nature of our relationship, here it is again. Both Yogaki and I look to a source.
どうやら
Seems
王
your
子様
prince has
のおいで
come.
のようだ。
My cat-eyed friend says that and teasingly as we watch Rika walk this way. Rika walks gracefully over, faces me and takes me by the hand. More hoots and hollers.
あの
Um,
私たちお
We're
付き合い
together,
してるでしょ。
but some people are saying that it doesn't seem like anything
互い
between
の
us has
雰囲気から
changed.
以前とあまり変わらないという方がいて、そんなことないって
We need to prove him that's
証
not the
明
case.
しなくちゃならなくなったの。
Prove, she says.
まさか
You mean you want to kiss right here in front of everyone?
やだ。
No,
そ
I'm
ん
not
な
going
不
to
死
something
な
like
真似は
that.
しないわ。
These things have to proceed in a certain order. Secret relieved to hear this. I decided to do this for the sake of my amity partner, but I'm still not ready for that.
その
So,
ね、
Susan,
スオさん、
change the dynamic of a relationship
今まで
we've
の
had up
関
until
係を
now.
変えるため
What's
に
something we should do to bring us closer? She's blushing and bashful. Her cuteness invites a desire to protect her. Completely unlike the girl I saw yesterday.
私
Well, I was thinking,
考えたのだけど、お互いに呼び方
what
を
if we
変えると
change
いう
the
のが
way we
ど
call
う
each
か
other?
なと思って、
What do you think?
どうかしら。
Well, this is...
とんでもないことに
I'm expecting something more extreme than that. Being surprised at an unexpectedly tame request.
ダメ？
You don't want to?
いえ、
No,
ダメなんかじゃ
I'll
ない
do
わ。
it. Right, of course, but changing how we call one
そう
another.
ね。
May not being less formal and dropping San.
え、
Yeah,
そう、
that's it.
どうかしら。
What do you think? Guess usually people drop the Stan once they start calling each other by their first names. I usually feel some hesitation, but... Rika.
はい。
Yes. I thought she'd want something more, but so I say the name rather nonchalantly. As soon as the name leaves my lips... This is
猛烈に
mortifying.
恥ずかしい。
A chorus of cheers goes up. The Sasaki's are hooting. The Igaki's gaze in my back, the entire face and neck turn red.
スオちゃん、
Suoh-chan's so cute.
ういういしいね。
So innocent. Rika's trembling and I ask if she's alright. She nods, her eyes on the ground.
あの、
I'll do the same for you.
私からも呼ぶね。
Yeah.
スオ
Suoh? Who would have thought how wonderfully intimate it would be to call one another by our names like this? For a moment I forget the course of events that led us to this point, and I feel a warmth in my chest. A lump rises in my throat. Yes? I respond naturally.
Sa.
Well then. Indeed, well then guys. Thanks for watching. Join me next time for more. Until then, bye bye.
光あふれた花園